Let's take a look at Maple Hill Hole 18. This is the Gold 2023 layout specifically. And we'll start by noting there is a drop zone. You can see it at the top left corner of your screen, and it's up near the green. So it can be strategically used. We'll talk about that in just a minute. First off, my normal attempt at birdie, and I should state that as of the time I'm making this video, which is May 2024, we're only seeing an 8% birdie rate, something like a 47%, I think it was, par rate. So birdie is pretty rare right now. But this is what I do in my attempt to get birdie. Take the glide skip captain or whatever you got that's similar, something with some turn and not a lot of fade. In other words, just a straighter bomber. Try to go up the middle of this fairway as far as you can, challenging this right side a little bit if you can, but not too much. And that is an absolute perfect drive. Right now, you might be tempted to try to drive this green, but it is very tricky, very hard to access this green. It plays as an island. It's got trees and walls and very small, fast green. So I think the layup play is really the smart play. And you could try to lay up to the drop zone, which is over here, but it's tiny, surrounded by OB. Kind of a risky attempt to lay it up, even. I prefer to lay up using the bottom chevron as a pointer. I prefer to lay up to this point right there, which is 100 feet away. Now, if you want to go for the drop zone, that's about 30 foot closer, but again, in my opinion, riskier. So I'd rather try for this spot right here. It gives you a wider gap, and it's not that much further away. And so this point is 100 feet away from the basket. So I need 180, let's say. So that's going to be probably like a fuse, even on a forehand. I like to go forehand because the backhand can skip off left, and the OB line's really tight there. The forehand tends to drive into this wall. So we're going to put the chevron, top chevron, just above that point and a little bit higher. I want a little bit of ground play at the end, not much. And I think we can go full send here, although you can't skip over this wall, so you need to be a little careful there. Let's try it and see what we got. All right, that's pretty close. All right, and then I got 90 feet, so that's even better. So now I can attempt my throw in from 90 feet. This does play about 10 feet higher in elevation. So I need 100 feet, which is about right here. And got the birdie. And that's going to be pretty rare in multiplayer. Okay, so the other thing I mentioned earlier is using the drop zone strategically. So the drop zone only applies to your second shot and beyond. If you go OB off the tee, you're going to and you hit move to lie, it's going to take you where you crossed OB. But on the second shot and beyond, if you hit move to lie, it takes you to the drop zone. So there's a couple of situations where I think you might want to employ that strategically. That is, if you just want to play for par and you're happy with par because of the score or the wind is really adverse or whatever, or you just get a really bad drive. So let's try to emulate something here. Let's say you've gotten a horrible drive off the tee pad and this is what you're looking at. And there's very little chance that you're going to get close to the drop zone or that layup area. Now, you could still try to go for it, but there's a chance that you may not go OB here, and then you're going to be throwing a third shot which is probably going to result in possibly a bogey. So the strategy is, if I've got no look on my second shot here, I just go, this is horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do from here. Then you can just intentionally toss it OB. Just make sure you get OB, hit move to lie. It's going to take you to the drop zone. And this plays, again, about 10 feet, so about 85 or so. And you got a par, and you walk away with a par. Now, usually that's not a good thing, but when you've got 47% of the field taking par, only 8% taking birdie, and the rest are taking worse, you might, in a multiplayer round, be picking up strokes on folks with a par here. So that's just something to think about. A little tricky. It's one of these. There's been some others, and they, like Northern Lights, hole 7, I think, used to have a drop zone that you could use strategically, and they changed it. But I don't think they're going to change this one, because this one emulates a real life course, and that's where the drop zone is. So knowledge is power. You know that now, and just keep that in the back of your mind. If you don't have any luck on your second shot, you can still salvage a par and walk away happy. So, all right, that's Maple Hill Hole 18. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you around the valley.